Finally. Okay, sorry. Recording now. And again, this is delayed live. This session, basically, of Coffee Talk. I'm going to kind of like push it back just a little bit, just because that confidence isn't there yet. That I want to start like right when I get up. That I'm going to have stuff to say. That I'm really going to want to, post it to the world. So, I wasn't on yesterday, and a big part of that is when I'm not by myself at my house. It's always filtered, and I don't want to be filtered for you guys, but it does need to be something that is done every day. So join me every day doing it. If that lady's there, I will figure out white noise. I'll get over it, and it's not really a big deal. I mean, she'd be sleeping and everything anyway. So I am so excited that today is my little niece's. I mean, I would say niece, and I never thought I would love her, like, when I had a niece. I would love her so much. She's so darling. Oh my gosh. She just makes me, like, really cry and laugh and feel like true joy, which we should feel 100% of the time, and we can. I have not been honoring that, and it's hard to deny Olivia is that for me right now, and I don't know what else will be, but that gives me strength and hope and everything good involved. But it is her 3rd birthday today. The situation, I need to basically accept where it's at right now. I don't really get to see her. My sister doesn't live that far away with her. And I really hope my sister's happy and that she's okay. I learned yesterday, or the day before, I think it was the day before, that she quit her job, full-time job. I mean, when I did have a car, it was hard to get over there that late in the day, because I tend to be an early person. I mean, quite obviously, I fight trying to stay, like, when I wake up, I like pray, I'm like, oh, please be 5 o'clock. Like, don't be earlier than 5, and like this morning it was 2:53 a.m. Luckily, I was able to fall back asleep, wake up around 5 something, but I do need to be asleep for sure by 10, and that hasn't been happening. It's been, okay, F up until midnight, and then, getting ready, and it's about 1 o'clock when I'm finally lights out. So, yeah, that's not nearly enough. Catches up with you, makes you have really bad headaches, and I am really excited to be doing what I'm doing, not only for Olivia and Amy, that I will be able to somehow get to be there for them, and not just for, trying to hide and be invisible and alone and all that kind of stuff. So somehow figuring out making it work, and I can do that. I have been doing it, but I mean, I have this awesome way of doing it now. I don't have a car to go see them. I think that my sisters told us to come over on Saturday, because, and today's Wednesday, the 18th. But she said Saturday because that's when, today Olivia's going to her grandma's house, her dad's, my sister's, it was fiance. I'm not sure where that stands. I haven't talked to my sister for a long time, since like May. We text when I got diagnosed with the whole cancer deal, and basically she said she never wants to see me again. When in May, it was around Mother's Day, so I think that's May. But it was on Mother's Day when she was just calling a lot and leaving messages cursing me out, saying that she never wanted me to see me again or for me to see Olivia, because my mom had said I had stolen like gift cards from her and a bunch of items that I returned to the store. So my mom said that. I know she says a bunch of stuff, and my sister knows better a lot of times too, so I'm sure that she was conflicted. But also felt bad for my mom. I mean, it was Mother's Day, my mom can cry, and that's the hardest thing to really be around, except for when she tries to tear down my door. I mean, it's not funny. That's why I have a really old, unsafe ladder right outside my window. Deadbolt on my door. Yeah, no good. So, I really hope that my sister will even talk to me today, that we will get to FaceTime. And I'll feel good about that probably right after yoga. And I say feel good about it is that I want to be, I don't know, I mean, I even put pressure on myself to be on when I am talking with her, you know. So I want her to get a good vibe for me, and I want her to know how much I love her and Olivia, and I really hope that her life has just been consumed with playing with Olivia and soaking up her little toddler years. If I was Debbie Downer, I would focus on like how much I'm missing that and being negative, and you know, I realize that, and I don't like push that feeling down or away. But I don't focus on that, and I'm not one to focus on negative things and do well. So it's kind of where like my downfall has been with my mom. It's like all just like, here's the problem, here's the problem, here's what I'm mad about, here's what's wrong with you, here's what you should have done. Whereas when it's focusing on something good and exciting, that bad stuff just all gets taken care of. I mean, it just goes away. That's why, like, everything that is good. That was a Kant quote. That's the philosopher. I remember reading Western Civilization when I was in college. I think it was like 2000. I took it 2004 or something like that when I was in my first or second year. That's probably like one of my most valuable courses, whereas I thought, like, this is ridiculous. I'm not going into anything involved in Western civilization. But now I think about like the readings and everything, it was a pretty cool course. But so everything that is good. So if there is not good, like a illness or disease or fighting and all that kinds of stuff, that's just really nothing, and it just is an opportunity for creating good. So it's basically void where creation hasn't happened yet, and that's what we're here for too. So God didn't create or doesn't create like everything. He does it with us. So yeah, he did the earth and all that kind of stuff, and there's a lot of things that we can't change, and that's basically what are in his hands. Other than that, it's like, our hands. So that's pretty cool. So I'm also glad that I have the mindset of when I wake up, I get to do work. and work helps me not focus on or put too much pressure on, everything else. And so I consider this work. I'm not getting paid for it. Realistically, I understand that, like, I've been doing this for about a year, and my number of viewers that, are, it's not the number of views, it's the number of, like, viewers that stay tuned in. I don't know how long it has to be or whatever. Oh no, simultaneously. That number is like 14 is the max that I've ever had, and I need over 100 for even the next level or stage of this progression to partnership. And I have plenty of shares, I think, and my likes are like within, hopefully they're close to 300 or above, and I need 1,000. So I think it's basically all just like staying on task too. Like, I set up an Instagram, I have a profile picture, and that's it. I'm getting plenty of followers because I think people are interested, and plus it connects to my actual real life people I know, where this isn't connected yet. Obviously still don't feel comfortable with doing that. So I need to have that connection in place, and I think it'll be easier. Like, my template's in place for my daily work, I think, which is pretty cool. So when I screen share what's going on with, my program, that's the very first thing I know I can do. So when I first wake up, I get my Neo, which is like energy jazz. I figured like I had that, and I got my hair terrible. And I put in C4, which is like a pre-workout, and I have it over there. I don't finish it all, and I only put in like half of this C4 that I'm going to use that day, which is half a scoop, 5 grams, because I have in my daily like safety schedule plan, or ritual, is that after I do my like midday meditation, now it's needing to be an actual nap, just because of the lack of sleep. It can be like a 20-minute power nap where I don't actually fall asleep, which is the goal if I get to 8 hours. But when I come out of that, it's like, okay, a whole new day. Approach it basically with the same kind of drive that I feel when I first wake up in the morning, and then I can have the other half of that and get that second workout in, which is like the really fun new one that we share together. And the first workout earlier in the day is that even though yoga is new and fun and challenging and all that jazz, that's like set in stone, a lot of it, with the flow, so I don't have to think. And that's like automatic now. It's like breathing. That's what I do. And it's basically based off of Ashtanga, and tweaked to make it as challenging as I possibly can. So, instead of the 2 sun salutations like I've talked about before, I have 3, and I do like 5 of each, and normally it's only 5 of each of the A and B, and now I have A, B, and C that I get to do. And a lot of that is like just because it's more of a vinyasa flow. I get my warrior poses in, and damn right, it feels good. And I have ideas for sun salutations D and E and all of those kinds of cool stuff with, instead of like the warrior poses, not instead, but like the next one will be probably Utkatasana, which is the chair pose, with the binding twist, and so that means like 20 full sun salutations with a bunch of like chaturangas and all that jazz. And chaturangas, my style, is adding the basic chaturanga, which is a plank in the down position of like a push-up with military style elbows in and just hovering above the ground, and then going to up dog and then going back to chaturanga. That's kind of my deal. Instead of going straight into down dog, go back to chaturanga and then we press up to down dog. So it's like that whole, like getting 2 push-ups in instead of 1. And I notice it and I really feel it, which is cool. So it's getting cold out and the sun is not on the deck for very long at all, and so at least I feel like I don't have to wait, because it's probably just not even going to come out. So I get to do that earlier in the day, which is cool. I also have a lady requesting me and texting me and everything that was just down the street to walk her 2 dogs twice a week for $20 each. I know it's not that much, but it's at least earning something. And not even enough to get me through a day, basically, but is what I earn in a week. Because my walk-in, it's pretty cool to get paid for it. I love her house and the way she takes care of it. So it's kind of a good role model there. She does a lot of the same stuff I do, like Neo, and I mean, if I could put together anything, it would be the way her house is, like how nice it is, and how everything's set up, what kind of like running shoes she has. Damn, they're cool. Anyway, so I get to do that today at 1 o'clock. So I know I always have to work backwards from there and stay on task. And about 3 o'clock, my crazy lady gets back. That's my mom. Yes, I live in the same little place with her. And so that makes me really nervous. And I always just focus on like freaking out about her when she's here, and when she's not, I can actually like really go through the day and get a lot done. So anyway, this is that coffee talk time where I just am in that rambling stage, but just kind of waking up and getting it together. So you can tell like I'm all over the place. And then I'm just gonna like hit the ground on the structure of the day. So just sharing with you a little bit of background on what's going on in life too, so you have a better idea. What happened yesterday was that I got like about an hour nap in, which was pretty cool because I needed it. My side lamp turned off and it looks like I have side wind. Not side lamp, like it hides the yellowish color that my webcam gives me, but okay, I'm done. I don't care. I don't want to burn that lamp out because my other one was in my car when it was recessed, and those things are pretty damn expensive. I need it every day. So, I know I look terrible, don't tell me. When I woke up yesterday, I was able to get my mom to let me use her car. I don't know how that happened. To go to the pantry, which we got a bunch of just crap. I mean, like, stuff that's not healthy, you know. Lots of breads and the cheap canned shit with added stuff, and, you know, I'm grateful for it. I'm glad that I did, but I'm also really glad that I don't have to go to the store for a while. I spent way too much of what I could get in a lot of trouble for, which meaning I didn't have money for it, but I really hope to be able to fix this scanner that I have, the printer scanner, because it doesn't allow me to scan yet. But I did get a wireless keyboard, a wireless mouse, and I did not find a Bluetooth headset, which I need to get next time, or a space heater I can have outside. And I think I have one, thing left to basically use that on until I'm so like vague, so I don't get myself into trouble, which I know I am anyway. But basically until it gets paid off and hopefully not noticed. So I need to see Amber, and we need to have a fun business together. And all that stuff is fun and stuff I can do really later in the day. When I first wake up, it's just like getting done what I need to, so that way the whole day just falls into place. And I'm showing that on here, hoping that I'm not like boring you or disinteresting you, because my main objective for YouNow is having it be all about basically sharing the gift that I have. And I believe everybody has their own gift. And that's basically what you're passionate about, what you have drive to learn, and why it's important to do that for basically a living. And that's not to say like, well then we wouldn't have any, dump truck trash pick-uppers, or porta potty cleaners. They're not like passionate about it and everything, but they should be doing it for a living. And basically that's, given they have the passion about where it gets them, and why it brings them joy. Maybe it's helping to support like the family and all that kind of stuff, and that's right for their path. And more like that, there's been opportunities, and there are opportunities that get me off the path, and that working hard on this, I have faith, is the right path. So help me get partnerships somehow. This ADD and like really tough, like I'd say I wake up so early and everything with I don't want to call it, it's basically like unhealthy hangover, and I don't drink alcohol or do anything like that, so that's not really what I'm referring to, but I wake up feeling much better as these challenges go. I don't know where my progress is in week number 6, so I do need to check that out when I get to, I get to go walk the Sams today after I walk the dogs, and I will get on that, where I think it's like the Higgy, yeah, where it takes your weight and your blood pressure and all that kinds of stuff, and that way I'll have it to where I can present it in the challenge kit, and they can be certain, okay, where it really was, whereas I don't even, that scale I got for like 50 cents from Savers, which is like a consignment shop, so I'm not sure that works too well. And I'm going to hop in, do my program, and I'm excited. I really hope that other people become interested and want me to program too, because I love designing that kinds of stuff. So the reason I start off with mine too is that I want to set a good example and really know what works and what doesn't. I've never had a lot of practice with this, so I definitely feel confident of where it's at right now, and to just go with the template that I have and everything. So title. But basically what I'm going to post on the blog under the SJ program, and I think it's SJ Journey, I titled it, what I can tweet and all that kinds of stuff, that first getting it together. The headliner is, it's about to get so good, and so that anticipation is like, okay, just hang in there, instead of the ridiculous, everything keeps repeating itself, it's Groundhog Day, it's only going to get worse type deal, like, you're such an idiot for doing this every day, it's actually getting worse, not better, type of deal. I need to shut that up. So, I do that in my gratitude, where it's, dear God, what time is it? Yesterday I did it like an hour earlier. That's cool. Not gonna be too strict on time right now. Just to analyze. So it is 9:18 in the morning, actually. I know I've been rambling on a little bit more than I did the time before, too, so that's okay. Hang in there with me. So, yes, okay. I want to say that I'm grateful to put the pieces together. And I haven't touched that, dummy. So, to put the pieces together to get to where I belong and where you need me. Yeah, so yesterday it was about like hundreds of the certificate stuff knocked off what I have, so I have to go back and look at that and put stuff away, like actually hide stuff, which is ridiculous, but it is much better than trying to just have it all go away fast. So sometimes hoarding, whereas it's not the best, but it's better than not the worst. And it helps feeling not deprived or whatever, needing to be perfect, but it focuses on the progression and how it can, how can I make it one thing better today? And it really, really can add up. So I need to take that approach I've learned. And I'm going to put this guide also. I'm praying hard for Olive and Amy. It's Olive's 3rd birthday. more than likely I won't see her today, but I will be, she'll know I'm loving her, and I can see her soon. But it is up to me and doing the right thing, so. If I never do see her again, that's what's out of my hands, but what's in my hands is to believe I will, and to make, and do everything I can to do that. So hopefully that's one of those things that, comes really soon, much sooner than later. She hopefully feels how much I love her. Alright, when it comes to me being on YouTube and all that stuff, I don't want these flagging on there, so I know it saves to YouTube, but then I will put it kind of on that, like, private playlist, just because I don't want people going to my channel and, like, this isn't the good content. I want to be able to edit, like, the yoga and the workouts and all that kinds of stuff, because that's what you'll really benefit from. And the Coffee Talk, basically, is for those who can follow, who, well, also just saving them on my desktop, because if I save video there and journaling and all that, it is a lot, so I can delete it once I do it. Have it on the YouTube deal, and if anybody could benefit from this, or when I look back, or one of my goals is that memoir, that it'll help writing that, as well as if somebody else is kind of where I am now, I want them to be able to see that I'll have it documented where how cool it will be soon. So I don't really need to brainstorm too much for today. I did that whole deal yesterday. I do have to go pee and make my bulletproof coffee, so I think that the gratitude being in this, and I have a bunch of like cleaning up to do and house flipping and all that kinds of stuff, and to be doing yoga in no less than an hour. So I'm thinking I'll come back on, but I need to move around. My feet are both asleep, and I just need to kind of make sure I know where I stand with everything, and get that yoga in, and get to talk to my sister, get the dogs out, and get everything in place. So anyway, first part of Coffee Talk. And the cool thing about this, about recording beforehand, is I don't have to basically like stop the broadcast and then lose that viewership when I have to like rebroadcast, because I don't want to like get up and leave and then have just nothing in the live feed. I can just pause this and then go back to it. I got two things, so. Alright, I'm going to get better too about talking and working at the same time. Alright, anyway. We'll roll back into the next one, and it'll be on here. You don't have to see the pause. Peace. How'd that get off? Okay, hey guys. Oh, sorry, Omar. Damn. Okay, I missed you. So I gotta get started with yoga so I can make it on time to the dogs. Still got a little bit of picking up to do, but that was like a terrible little broadcast later. But you know, I'm just sticking to doing it every day. Whatever. Anyway, join me for yoga in a couple minutes, alright? And now I'm just ending this boring chair talk deal and getting out there, loving it, okay? Cool. Elmar, make shout out. happy birthday, even though it's late. It's always better to, like, every day is your birthday, kind of an extended birthday, so. Anyway, in today's Olivia's podcast. I know, I already said that. Alright, peace. See you guys in a couple.